Good evening. Tonight we're going to study Shara B'Tachon, page 24, really starting 25, and we're going to do until the end of page 28. So this portion, we're going to be continuing the introduction of Shara B'Tachon, and the goal is to explain to us what advantages, before we talk about how to have B'Tachon, what are the advantages of having B'Tachon? You know, it's sort of like if you want somebody to buy a product, you got to tell them why it's important to have this product. So why should I have trust in Hashem? What do I get out of it? Well, here we'll list a few important things that you can get out of having B'Tachon in Hashem. Okay, so first of all, if we look at the title on page 24, financial satisfaction. Person who has B'Tachon is satisfied with what he has, and we'll explain in a moment why. Top of page 25 in the Hebrew text, and one of the advantages of having trust in Hashem regarding Torah, meaning in a spiritual way, if such a person who trusts in Hashem has money, he will hurry himself to do any obligation that he has to God. And not only to God, but even if he owes money to another person. From his money, with a willing and generous spirit. Now, what does this mean? You have a person who is very wealthy, but they could be completely stingy, right? Not only could they be stingy, they won't give you anything if you ask for it. Even if they legitimately owe you money, they'll procrastinate and delay and find excuses not to give it. And if it comes to a mitzvah observance, right, that they have to spend money buying a pair of tefillin, buying a mezuzah, they are very, very slow to spend the money. What's going on with this person? So Rabbeinu Bachai is saying, perhaps the person lacks B'Tachon. He's so concerned every penny he spends, he's never going to get back, he's going to lose all his money, and therefore he's very careful not to give away one extra cent. But someone who trusts in Hashem is totally different. I owe you money right away. It's not even mine. I'm running to give it. Hashem asked me to do a mitzvah. I'm running to do it. It's not my money. I was entrusted with this money by Hashem. And Hashem, who gave me this money, will certainly not allow me to be harmed from doing my proper duty. Now, what happens if someone does not have money? Okay. So what will that person be? A sad person? I don't have money? No. If he trusts in Hashem, he's going to say, actually, God is doing me a kindness by the fact that I'm not wealthy. How is he being kind to him? Because if you have money, then people look to you to give a lot of tzedakah, or there will be, Hashem has expectations of you. I gave you the money, well, you should be putting that money to good use. What have you done with the money? So there's expectations, and maybe he would say to himself, I'm better off without having that high bar of expectations. Who says I will pass the test of wealth? It's interesting. There's a little discussion. There's a discussion over here about the test, the different tests that a person has. Right, Shlomo HaMelech, King Solomon said, Hashem, please don't test me not with the test of poverty and not with the test of wealth. Right? The test of poverty, someone doesn't have anything, he's going to chas v'shalom curse Hashem or steal, right? In his desperation. If a person has too much, he might rebel against Hashem. So Shlomo says, don't test me with either, right? But we see, first he says, don't test me with poverty. The Rebbe says, this means that if someone is going to be tested already, let him be tested with a test of wealth, which that is a more pleasant test to pass. And we could pass that test by helping others. Also, says the person who trusts Hashem and does not have money, you know what? I have few things to worry about. I don't have to guard my money. I don't have to hire security guards. As it has been said regarding one of the righteous individuals of the previous generations, he used to say, may the God save me from the scattering of the mind. Amrullah, his friends told him, Mahu pizra nefesh. What is this scattering of the mind? Amar, he said, you know what it is? If you have money at the beginning of every river, in every port, in every heights of every city, right? You have assets everywhere. You have to worry about them. How's my assets doing? Right? And we see these days with cell phones and social media, so many apps, right? Pizar nefesh, you have emails beeping and clinging here, there. Everybody's running anxious, right? Oh no, if I'm going to miss an email, if I'm going to miss a social media post, if I'm going to miss this news from here, from there, we're running to check everything. Actually, this information is not helpful. It's pizar hanefesh, it's scattering us. Trust Hashem that the email will come in when you'll see the email. There'll be no emergencies. Do what you need to do at the right time. You see the truly productive people, and they don't run to check their phone, to check everything, like a scared rabbit every time they get another alert. No, they have a time. Truly productive person. I had a friend once. I don't know if he wants me to say his name, so I won't say. But a very Hasidic Yid, now a big Rav, and he made a seder that he would only go on the internet. He needed the internet for different things, but he would only go on the internet either once a day or once a week. He would have a seder this day or this time. He would go on the internet. He would sit down, take care of all of the work he needed to do, check all the emails, respond to everything, and that's it. And then he would be free, unplugged until the next time. Right? And someone can only do this if you trust Hashem. If you trust Hashem, you're not worried what's going to come in, what's going to happen, right? And if someone doesn't have money, doesn't have this Yetzer Hara, he could tell himself, Baruch Hashem, I'm free from all this worries, a simple life. Right, like they say about the famous joke. They say that there was one time a big Jewish business tycoon. He went to an island. He went to an island to go on vacation. He saw over there, a fisherman in some island in the Bahamas, and he's sitting and fishing. Okay, caught a couple of fish. And he went to cook the fish. He went to sit on the boardwalk and play guitar and have a siesta. So he comes over to him and says, "Fool," he says, "You're wasting your life." He says, "Why? Why, sir?" He says, "Because you can go and instead of stopping work so early, you can go work another few hours, catch some more fish, and get more money." So the fisherman told him, "Okay, then what do I got?" "What do you mean? What do you get? You get more money, you could save up and buy a bigger boat." "Okay. And then what do I get?" "Bigger boat, you can catch more fish." "Oh, what do you get?" "More money, buy another boat." "Okay, then what can I do?" "You hire a second crew, catch double the fish." "Oh, okay, not bad." "Then what?" "What do you mean? You're going to get enough, you hire a whole fleet. You're going to go public on the stock market. You're going to make millions and billions." "Wow, okay. Then what do I do, sir? Then what do I do?" "Then you retire, move to an island in the Bahamas, go fishing for 1 hour a day, and then sit on the boardwalk with your friends, playing guitar and having a siesta." He said to him, "Sir, I already cut the whole thing. I jumped straight to the end. I didn't stress myself out. I got straight to the goal. Right? Sometimes we get so distracted by everything that we're pursuing in our life that we forget to enjoy the things that are simple, the things that are really important. So Rabbeinu Bechaya says, if you trust Hashem, whether you have money, whether you don't have money, you will be content, you will be happy, and do what you need to do with joy, without worries. Okay. A couple of interesting things over there he brings in the notes, that when a person has money, he has an obligation to give tzedakah. Tzedakah comes from the word tzedek, which means righteousness. That it's not that you're being charitable, you're doing something that's beyond your obligation. You're doing the right and just thing. If God gave you something, one who trusts in Hashem believes that it's not for you just to enjoy, but God gave it to you for a reason, that you should use it for the right way, for helping humanity, for helping others. Page 27. V'hu ma'asha amru zechorin levracha, mar b'nechase mar b'daga, v'amru ezeu asha samech bechalkai. And this is what our sages of blessed memory meant when they said, whoever has a lot of possessions has a lot of worry. Who is happy, who is rich, someone who is happy with his lot, with what he has. A person who trusts in Hashem will receive all the benefits of the money. I mean to say, says the author, the benefits of his livelihood. He'll enjoy what he has. And all the disturbing thoughts of a wealthy person constantly worrying him will not bother him. Like the wise men said, meaning King Solomon, Shlomo HaMelech, in the book of Keheles, the sleep of the laborer is very sweet, meaning he doesn't have worries to keep him up at night. Whether he eats a little bit or a lot, he enjoys what he has. But the fullness of the rich man, he's got so much, but he doesn't allow him to sleep. He's always worried about losing it. Like the famous story about Howard Hughes, the Rebbe speaks about this, the richest guy many years ago, I think it was the 1970s. It's a wealthy Jewish guy, I think he was Jewish, that he was the wealthiest person in the world, practically. And he passed away from worry. He wouldn't go out, he wouldn't eat his food, he was scared he was being poisoned, plotted assassination plots, right? And he passed away of all the stress, right? Says the Rebbe, right? This is not a person who is healthy, right? You have everything, but you just earned more worry. Trust Hashem that you have exactly what you need to have at the time that you need to have it. Okay, now on to the next heading, financial responsibility. That among the Torah benefits of trusting Hashem, that the person who trusts in Hashem, he's not going to disturb him from trusting in Hashem, whether he has money or not, right? He's not relying on his money. The money that he does have is like a deposit that was given to him to watch. That someone gave you a deposit and said, I want you to watch this thing or use these funds in certain ways and for certain purposes for a limited time. Oh, you have a limited time, that means it's not yours forever. Use it in the right way at the right time. Not like someone who's trying to hoard and save it forever. What do you mean forever? We don't live forever. And maybe Hashem will take away the deposit. So use it out. Whatever you have, use it every day and make the most of it. and do what you're supposed to do with it. Ve'im yaspid kiyuma yetzloi, and if a person finds himself fortunate that he continues to enjoy the blessing of wealth or good fortune, lo yivad ba'avuro, you should not rebel against God and say, oh, I don't need God, I have everything I need. And he should not, he would not remind the one who he has been instructed to be kind to about his kindness. He would not demand acknowledgement for every kindness. Oh, I gave charity. I was nice to people with my money. Because it's not yours. It's your obligation. Hashem gave it to you. And you will not seek glorification because of what he did. Because he trusted that it's not him and his might that gave it to him. It's Hashem. He will acknowledge his creator, Yisparach Asher Samahu Sibal Atayvais, that he put him in the position to be the means for goodness of the recipient. We're talking about a wealthy person who is fortunate enough to be able to give tzedakah to others. So he doesn't tell those people that he gives tzedakah to, you should thank me, what a great person I am. He's thanking Hashem. Hashem, thank you for putting me in a position that I could be of benefit to others. And when if he loses it, he won't worry. He will not mourn its loss. He will acknowledge his God. Hashem, you gave it to me. You took it from me now. Just like he was thankful that he got it. Meaning, if your attitude the whole time was that it's not yours, that it's a blessing that was given for a specific time, for a specific purpose, if Hashem takes it away, obviously he might not be happy about it, but he'll say, okay, Hashem gave me this opportunity, and the opportunity was never mine. I was not entitled to it. And if someone doesn't trust Hashem, he will feel entitled, and he'll feel miserable if he loses his money. Right? He is losing what's his. It's his entitlement. Someone who trusts Hashem will not feel that way. He'll be the whole time that whatever blessings he has, he'll be thankful for. And if he sees that Hashem took it away from him, he will trust Hashem's wisdom in that. The Yismach b'chelka, he'll rejoice in his portion. Ve'inenu mevakish hezek zulasai, he will not be jealous and desire someone else's downfall. Let's say he sees, that guy is doing better than me in business. You know what? He's a no good Nick. I, would pray that he should fail in his business. Right? He has a jealous eye looking at others. What for? You can't steal from me what's mine. Your success or failure doesn't take away from me what Hashem has intended for me. As our sage, as the wise man, King Shlomo Melech said it, a righteous man eats to satiate his appetite, meaning he's eating to take care of himself. He's not eating to fill himself up and for his pleasure, and he's not desiring things that don't belong to him. Interesting story that happened. I think I might have told you before, but when I was first married, my wife and I went. We needed some extra parnasa, so we went to go to the city in Manhattan and try to buy wholesale some women's, jewelry and accessories, and to sell them in the local community. Came to one wholesale place, and we recognized one lady who actually had a store in a Jewish neighborhood. And when she saw that there's people are coming to buy, and she knew that we knew who we were, and we didn't have a business. Actually saw my wife there. She told the owner, "Kick her out. She's going to steal my business. If you're not going to kick her out, I'm not going to shop by you." And the person had to apologize. What can I do? It's only wholesale only. So we had to go find where to go buy merchandise. So we're walking around, And finally, we see a Jewish guy who sells to the Jewish community, and we walked up to him, Hasidic Shayid, and we said, "Excuse me, sir, can you advise us? We want to find, items to buy wholesale so we could sell to, in the Jewish community." And the guy made a big smile, said, "Sure, go to this and this address." He gave us the address and which floor and exactly the directions. And he said, you should buy this type of headband for this neighborhood, this type of jewelry for that neighborhood. And he's giving us all the tips of the trade, what sells, what doesn't sell. And I was standing there taking notes furiously, really excited for all this great information. And then, as I was amazed, he was giving us so much information, I finally turned to him in disbelief and I said, "Rabbi Yid, sir, I don't understand. Why are you so generous with all of this information? Aren't you concerned that you're selling to the same Orthodox Jewish customers as we are? Maybe we're going to take your customers away. Other people are very protected, but you're so generous." He made his hand, he says, "A customer can be ganvenen. A customer could be stolen. Parnasa, das kann man nicht ganvenen. Your sustenance, your livelihood, that cannot be stolen. Das kommt nur von der Rebbeinu Shalom. That comes only from the Master of the world, Hashem. So therefore, I'm not scared of giving you all these tips, because my sustenance is coming directly from the one above, and you can't give me anything that I don't deserve, and you can't take anything from me that I deserve." So this is more of the benefits of peace of mind that you will enjoy if you have trust in Hashem, even in the realm of your finances, financial success, or even when you're not successful financially.